using OBS to
Yeah,
record
just
it?
use OBS, game capture mode.
I
Works rather well.
I've got Action, right, but it's not the best for live streaming. I don't think I prefer OBS. It's just really awkward with
I haven't
Action.
used anything else besides OBS. I've never needed to. It's done everything I've asked it to do. I mean, I know that my system and my setup isn't complex by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm realistic in that, but that's fine.
Yeah. I was trying to record some content last night, but wasn't really working out too well. Too long of a scenario.
Yeah.
Right, have you got control over those units?
I have control over all the units because I picked the commander slot.
Oh, good.
So what? But
Good,
what I'll do
because
though is I
I've
don't
got
want to direct
control of
all that.
mine.
So what I'll do is I will give you the right side and I'll take the left side.
Oh, thank you. What are those reserves? Oh, so we've got like loads of troops. Alright, that's fair enough.
I think you took actually. I think you just slotted in as the reserves.
Yeah. So what have we got ahead? BDRM 2s.
Yeah, that's your forward scouts.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know that. So what is it? Just move ahead and...
Yep. Close with, destroy the enemy.
Yep.
Objective 1
Oh,
and
so,
objective 2 to be seized.
yeah, limit of advance, enemy regiment. Alright. Okay, we've got triggers, have we got... Oh, you've got the triggers as well, haven't you?
How bad do you want it?
Sorry?
How bad do you want it?
What, the triggers?
Yeah. How hard do you want this? Small or large force?
We'll go for a large force, let's make it interesting.
Triggers pulled.
Sound. Right. What have we got? I've got some BDRM2s there. Oh, there's only 3 in these platoons, isn't there?
Yep. Welcome to Russian Orbat.
BMP2s, alright, that's fair enough. I can control the BMP2s. There's another single BMP2 on its own. I don't know why. I'm going to treat the...
He'll be the CO or the XO.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to treat the tank as the CO and IFE as the XO.
Very well.
Right, let's have a crack at this. So, tank platoon. Are you moving assault formation or march formation for the moment?
I'll do march formation up until
The scouts.
the scouts come into contact. Then I'll switch it to assault.
Yeah, because I want... Yeah. Normally I'll just put them on assault because of top speed, but I've realised that that's not the best idea. So need column formation as well. You sending any units up the middle?
I'll be putting the
Or are you
most of my
sticking to
units
the
along
flanks?
the MSR, to be honest, initially.
Yeah,
I'm not really going up the middle because it's too hard to navigate with the road, with the river. This is a bit restricting in terms of what you're able to kind of negotiate.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't really got a good MSR to go up. I mean, I've got one. I'll send the scouts up that, they can march for the moment. And if they're in column formation, yeah, should be alright. So they can move forward just up to there. These guys can as well. Are you going to pull the trigger with starting the scenario?
I would ready up, yeah. We both mark as ready once we're set. Are you doing all your lines live, or are you going to plot a plan at the moment?
I'm just plotting a plan at the moment. I'm just getting my guys ready to roll.
Very well.
I think I'm going to move my guys to the tanks and the BDRMs onto the road, onto the MSR, just west of the hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it. I'll send the mechanized boys up along the right flank.
Very well.
So reinforced armor. I'll go on the left. Send the CO up left as well. Can't see why not. Few entry in those DRMs. Okay, are you ready? Actually, I've got the reserves as well, haven't I? Is it worth just bringing the reserves up? Well, I'm not going to bring them. I'm not going to move them yet because I've still got the troops in.
Yeah,
I'll move them
yeah.
in game, but I'm going to steadily move them up. I'm not going to. I think if you want to, we can divide them as well, so we'll have 3 trucks each.
No, I'll let you have them because it's just troops. There's nothing strategically valuable to me for them in terms because I've got a platoon of troops. I've got a platoon of supply vehicles.
Have you got a supply as well?
Yeah, we've both got the same stuff. We've got the same Orbat each. It's literally like we've got a company each to want to handle.
I haven't got supply.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
all
I've got
I
the
haven't
supply. That's why you've got the reserves, I guess.
Okay, that's fine. And we've got those BDRM scouts up ahead as well. I'm going to leave those scouts there just for the moment. But yeah. Okay, do you want to get started?
Yeah, just a second. I'm just finishing up my movement.
Alright, that's fine. So what, you're just moving you guys up that MSR?
Yep, they're going to go up to the MSR. My current limit before I finish my plan is going to be the bridge that intersects that blue arrow.
Yeah, okay.
That's going to be
Just
as far
going
as
as well.
that's going to be as far as my movement orders are allowing for plans.
Yeah, I'm just moving just near where the other river starts, if you look closely.
Right, yeah.
And then just on the road near the other path near there, and then I'll move the guys up.
Sure.
And get them into an assault formation there. Because I think if you had them on a marching order on column, they may be a bit exposed there.
Fair enough.
And the buildings as well. I think we're gonna have to watch the buildings.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
My guys are pretty much getting there.
Okay.
All right, I'm a bit set. How about you?
Yeah, I'm set.
All right. Mission's
Okay.
ready. Then I think you caught because you're the admin. You do your thing.
Yeah, I've done it.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can pause break. Wizard, whatever. Joining game wizard.
All right, large enemy forces set.
Great. Oh, we need to tell these guys to proceed.
Yes. Okay, my units are progressing.
Yeah. Bit dull, isn't it? The atmosphere. It's a bit...
Yeah. I think it's time of day. It's 7:15 in the morning. It'll brighten up as the hours go by.
Popping my head out of BDRM.
Very well.
What's happening. Did you see Matt's BTR80 video?
I haven't seen it just yet. It just got put on like just this morning. So I'm catching myself.
Yeah, it's a good video. Ooh. This is detailed, isn't it? The
Works reasonably well.
Sorry?
So it works reasonably well.
Yeah.
I have the most badass column going down the road right now.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's worked out surprisingly well. I have, of course, just about jinxed myself because I'm about to have my third platoon of tanks mixed with my platoon of BMPs, but no, it's not.
It's really, really dry and dusty, so it's hard to see in a plume of smoke.
Yeah. Means we'll see them if they're moving though.
Yeah, I suppose it's an advantage.
This is the Russian recon scene. I've done it a few times before, so. But it's slightly random every time.
In fact, I'm just going to record this if that's alright with you.
Go for it.
Cheers.
Can't very well say. I can't very well tell you how much I object if I'm doing it myself.
Oh, my commander's closed down. He's unlocked something.
There's a number of things it could potentially be. So. Loving the fact that BDRMs actually have a decent cockpit now.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Also very glad they're amphibious.
What, you can drive them in water on this?
Yeah. Little cars? Yeah, they're amphibious. They're not very fast, but they're amphibious.
Oh, I'm gonna have to drive one into a river here.
Just make sure you can get out on the other side before you do it. If the banks are too steep, you're going to have a hard time.
So how do... so will it literally just drive into
You
the
just keep
river?
driving, it'll do the rest.
Okay. So could I drive upstream, pretty much?
Yeah. Bear in mind, there isn't a stream direction here.
Well, river.
Yeah. You can do all that. No problem at all.
Yeah.
It's not, like, because if the banks are really steep though, you'll have a hard time getting back on the other side, so just try and bear that in mind. For example, I'm finding this out right now.
Actually, the banks aren't too steep at all, they're quite flat.
Like you're saying, you should be able to get out okay.
Oh god, it really isn't too fast, is it?
No, it's definitely a land vehicle first, it's not a submarine. I think it's some like 2 or 3 knots.
Yeah, it's pretty piss poor.
It's literally just
Hit the
designed to help
bank.
you ford the river. That's what it's made for.
Yeah. Could you do this with a BTR-80?
I would not recommend it. No.
No.
Old BMP ones used to be able to do it.
Whoa, whoa,
Shots
whoa, what
fired.
was that? Where? Oh, I've lost a scout.
Oh, that's your
Got
answer.
eyes on the tank. I'm gonna have to control this guy. You see that tank? Well, it's on the map.
I see the markers.
I'm gonna get an FO. Yeah, one of your scouts is taking fire.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just gonna move this BDRM up and I'm gonna deploy its scouts.
Very well.
Deploy the FOs. See if we can get this guy focused. These leopard ones have got thermals, haven't they?
Yep.
Oh, crap. No, I'm dead. He saw me. Alright, we'll move the tanks up. I've got these guys. How are these? Ah. Alright, we've got a problem. There's massive rocks.
Yeah, they're not so
Oh,
fun.
we've got a natural boundary. I got a lot of hate. You know, in that Estonian mission that I did,
Yeah.
I got slaughtered for having rocks, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, they should probably start making their own terrain then. If they can't deal with it, they shouldn't make it. I'm very much not a fan of criticizing people in a harsh way if they can't do a better job themselves. I mean, if it's gentle criticism, that's a different matter. Right, I've got my first platoon advancing to contact.
Alright, I'm not going to make the same mistake 3 times. And get the boys out.
Right, I've got my tanks online waiting for this tank to show up.
Please tell me this guy's. Ah, that's a shame.
What's up?
Right. The BDRMs have one guy in them.
Yeah, if you unload them, you'll have at most like 2 people in them. They're meant to be scouts, remember?
Hmm. Anyway, that guy's been told to move up and scout. So I'm just going to command this BDRM, see if we can get some eyes on the tank. Mind saying that these aren't too much of a waste if they go. I mean, I know they are a little bit, but you know what I mean. Just pull them around out for now. Right. Leopard 1, that's a 105, isn't it?
Leopard ones, they could be 1A5s, they could be 1A3s. You won't know really until you have a look.
No, 105mm.
105, yes, sorry, yes. I thought you said 1A5.
Yeah.
I believe they are, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say. Just. Mind you saying that, we shouldn't have trouble going through a Leopard 1. Not slightly armoured as anything.
Well, you're in a T72. Need I say more?
That's I suppose a disadvantage we have is that we haven't got thermals.
Yep. Don't ever just assume that these guys are going to be easy meat just because you're in a tank and they're not. They're not in as strong a tank.
Yeah.
They can fuck you up good enough.
I know. Oh, and they have no LRF, have they?
Say again?
No laser rangefinder.
What, the T72?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah. See that little red dot in the gunner's cross? That's your laser rangefinder.
Oh, thank God for that. Oh God, it's not too bad then. It's not.
No. You can use the scroll wheel to manually adjust the range as well, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it.
No. I was gonna say it looks like we're going back to warrior and scimitar tactics with the rod. And...
Shots fired, north.
Yeah, you've lost it.
My
Oh,
BMPs are getting raped.
yeah. Junan.
The tanks behind are responding.
I'm in the gunner's seat of that remaining BMP. I want to see if I can use it. No.
Well, tanks are to the front.
What's a rocket launcher on them? It's not home. It's not like the M2A2.
No, it's not.
What is it for missile?
You got to press V to turn that on, and then I think it's F4 to go to the view, and then Shift B for opening up the hatch. Never mind.
Oh no. Never mind on that. Checking my ability to do there in a minute. No. Yeah, my information. White spacing. So, you see the tank on the run?
Right, I'm just getting I'm just getting my company of tanks online now. They'll just push forward. They'll just push forward at company level. Hopefully, my second platoon my first platoon of tanks are up there won't get too knocked out in the meantime.
Yeah. Have we got artillery on this? Yes,
Oh,
we have.
on what?
Artillery.
Yes, we do. Feel free to use it.
HE, ICM, smoke, HE, smoke. Oh, yes.
Do your
How many
thing.
tubes is it? 12 tubes. It's not too bad.
Yep. Just please don't use more than 6 at a time if you can avoid it, because then I can call in 6 of my own.
I know. That's one thing that I've definitely learned, is that use up all your tubes. You have got none for a long time. Right, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna engage your tank. You're the one that picked off the scouts. Just gonna see if I can, just sweep.
Sure.
I just hope that you can all hear me.
Contact.
Firing.
Target. He's still moving.
He's still. Give me 1 minute.
Target.
I don't think I got him. This happens. I'm trying to drive whilst in the gunner's scope.
You know how to reload in the T72, right?
No?
Press V in between shots, it loads the next round.
Ah.
Autoloader, dude. If you run out the ready rack, you'll have to switch to the next type of weapon. HE, whatever it is.
Where's he gone? Oh, he's behind us. Yeah, he's dead. He's a goner. Right, I'll come assist you now.
He's got to be knocked out, surely. Yeah, he's done. Alright.
Have you got a tank?
I have a company level attack going on right now.
Yeah, I was going to say you've got a tank that's like gone. Have a scouts take a poke. You know, toward the right-hand side of the oval area. Just where it's a bit blind. See if I can get my other guys to loop round. You have come from a pincer move.
Yeah. Second platoon's taking fire. Taking a lot of it though. High explosive frag. That's what I've got left in the ready rack right now.
Ooh. Why are you still there? Oh. Got any vehicles to pull a T-72 out with?
Another T-72.
Could you help us by just sending 66 Alpha to 34 Bravo?
I'll do it as soon as I can, but I'm right in the middle of a firefight right now.
31 Bravo is coming up with 2 tanks. 80 GMs. I mean, you'd think for an autoloader. Oh yeah. Yeah, quick, easy reloading. Oh no, you got to press V to put the next round in.
Yeah, because you got to select the round. So you select the round, but you can select the round in between carousels. Let's say the next round you want isn't APCR. Well,
Yeah.
no, you wouldn't be stuck with it.
Oh, have you lost? 3-4 Alpha.
Some of my guys, they're getting schwacked.
Yeah. Be with you in a minute. What was it? Left dad. Well, what are those?
Got ICM outbound.
Ghost, what are those vehicles? Left side, enemy. Not the BM, not the Mardas, the other ones.
Luke's.
Are they?
I have no idea. I'm too busy focused on what I'm doing. They're targets.
Oh, I've lost a vehicle. Crap, crap, crap,
It happens.
crap. Full front. Oh. I've lost track and I'm stuck. Red dot.
Yep, take the red dot, aim it at the target, right click, that's your laser rangefinder. Just make sure you select the correct ammo.
Oh, the checkpoint. APFSDS.
What does it say? Does it say like 0 out of something? Because if you're out, you'll have to switch to another type of ammo. Or you'll have to back off and reload.
No, I've got 6 out of 8.
So press V.
Yeah, I know.
There you go, you should be good.
Is it still insert and home to change?
Yeah.
Ammo types?
Delete and insert home and end for your 4 different ammo types.
I'm trying to select anything else apart from APFSDS, but it's not.
You've got one in the route. You've got one loaded in the breach. You can't unload.
No, I haven't put another round in yet. I've just fired and I want to select a different type.
What color is the? Do you have a red light at the top of your view?
Yeah.
Then you're loaded.
Yeah. Oh no, what, at the top
Yeah, that's above the range.
cylinder? No, I don't have anything red. I'm trying to fire, but it won't let me. Got nothing loaded.
Switch to a different ammo type, even if it's not AP. Then press V.
I'm trying to, it won't let me. I can hear a noise every time I press a key.
You hear that noise is the wheel. Give it a few moments. Let it. That wheel is. You'll hear a whirring noise. That's it going round the ammo rack, and you hear the clunk of it getting loaded. That's a normal sound.
Yeah, ammo too.
Takes a little
It's
long.
just like a...
Takes a little bit longer because it's getting to a different part of the drum.
Can't hear a thing. Loading another round in there anyway. Don't need keys, but you know. Alright, you're moving forward. Big Mo got back to you.
Not that I can see. Oh, he has. He's going to need a little longer.
Tank.
If you're not sure, fire. Best not to hesitate.
Commander keeps putting me on like man.
Right, I've got my second platoon reloading. Got one of my third platoon's down to the third platoon's just down to one tank and it's tracked.
This commander's annoying me.
They excel at that at times. Oh, you
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
I lost a bit. Oh no, I've lost another one. It's RPG, isn't it?
66 Bravo, that's you. Your
Yeah, I know.
your CO's taking hits.
LMG team. Why did I do that?
Oh, missile teams. I don't like missile teams. Lots and lots of infantry in the wood lines to the north.
Yeah. I'm having a see him pull out.
Sorry, I've got artillery coming down on first set. Your friendly 66 is right in amongst an LMG team.
Yeah, I know. I've just taken some of them out. What?
We're taking fire here.
Just get out of there and we can call in artillery.
Yeah, no, he is. He's trying to. He's moving. He's moving.
Good, good. So all I need to do really is I can just take one of my scout vehicles and have them finish those guys up.
Hmm. Oh,
2-1, contact EC south. Roger.
someone with a rocket launcher. I've got to have him before he turns around. He's
Kill
crawling
him.
away.
Kill him quick.
I used a main gun round. You know, you're supposed. You know, you click M.
Yep, that's just
And
that actually fires the gun in this one.
yeah, I
It
know.
doesn't select it, it just fires it. It's not also the coax gun on the T-72 is not associated with the with like the laser rangefinder. So you use the range ticks on the barrel on the gun sight there to adjust. But what you can do is you can laser range find the target and read off the number at the top. That's hundreds of meters, and use that.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm pulling this guy out now, anyway. Well, it's not very fast reversing though.
Nope, they are T-72s do not really reverse. They just advance backwards.
Do you know what I'm doing? I'm just gonna go front, forward. There you go. Pulling
Go.
artillery out.
Target stop. HE coming in effect shortly. We're on the missile crew.
Do you see where we've got tanks on the other side?
Yeah, I'm moving to the northwest to handle them.
I want the X.
I'm not having my tanks tangle with infantry. I'm going to have my tanks deal with armor.
Yeah.
If you've got any BMPs left, if you want to detach one or two to handle the mop up at the background, fine. But
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
when you're rushing, you don't care about the infantry that you've gone past. You only care about smashing armor. You literally just don't stop. You just keep going until you can roll their defenses all the way up.
Yeah, I remember that from Operation Scorpion. Just watching the T-80.
Yeah, they just don't stop. Like
Yeah.
you just don't stop momentum. Just don't ever keep going.
HEF. What's that?
High explosive fragmentation.
Alright, okay.
It's fine against APCs. It's perfect against troops.
1-4, we're taking fire here. 1-4, we lost the tank.
That tank had that or is it
Oh no, you don't.
Move forward.
For added effect, take a if you want an improvised chill burst, take an HEF, find a tree next to the enemy troops, fire. You've now put a shrapnel cloud above their heads, guaranteed to move anyone.
See that tank platoon moving down?
Which one?
Only tank platoon in the red area.
Oh, Grob. Yep, that's your AO, isn't it?
Any chance of an arty call?
I can call an arty on that one. Are they not? Are they moving down the road or are they stopped?
I'm not too sure.
Well, I'll put it on their position and let's hope it nails a few.
Just do it at my command sort of thing.
I've already got it called in. 2 minutes.
Right, so.
What I will do is I'll roll back my BMP, my command BMP, and I'll have them set up to ambush the road position with ATGMs if they do break out of that area. If you could, you'll notice you've got a BRDM2 just very close to it. So try and see if you can get a feel for where they're moving.
Yeah, it's just what I'm trying to do now. Just moving him toward those buildings.
Driver, stop.
Hopefully the woodline should offer him some cover.
That was effective.
Troops, caliber 50.
His T-72 is completely stuck. No chance he's going to get any help. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that. There's a tank platoon that's rooted right behind us.
Yeah, like right behind your BRDM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ones you're asking for ICM on.
Is it?
No, that's a different one. Shit!
Yeah. Missed him off by taking something out. But yeah, I'd have just firing around. Why don't I have smoke? Where's my smoke?
Have you used it all up?
No. Do you not have smoke on BDRMs?
Not really. Not that I'm aware of.
Oh. So come up. There's 3 of them.
I'm bringing my BTR up, but they're gonna schwack a whole bunch of stuff before that happens.
Oh. I have got those infantry.
Well, you better hope they've got. You better hope some of them have got ATGMs.
I'm pretty sure they got RPGs. Moving. Are you using 65 Alpha?
I'm commanding it to basically throw out ATGMs at the problem. It's the quickest thing I've got to respond.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want me to give you a hand in the position?
No, it's cool. I got it. You just work on your own assault.
We're taking fire here.
Right, I'm moving tanks to objective 1.
Do so.
We're taking fire here. Gunner, missile, tank. Fire!
What was it to get the ATGM out?
Re-engage.
Doesn't much matter. This guy's about to die. Yep.
No. On my BMP. Was it to get a rocket launcher out?
You mean the ATGMs?
Yeah.
So you've got to switch sites by pressing F4. You've got to press
Yeah.
B to turn them on, and then you've got to press Shift B to open up the site doors. And then you press spacebar and keep the crosshair centered on the target and wire guide it in.
Yeah.
You'll be lucky to get one of them.
Oh no, I'm taking out an APC.
Oh, an APC, you can probably do that with your gun. Just F2 with the optical sight. Estimate range, fire, adjust. Right, I only got one of the tanks before he knocked out my BMP. So there's a whole bunch of tanks racing up that side. They're calling that ICM down on my fixed troops. That's not so friendly.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Ironically, one of my BTRMs stuck. My BTRMs are in place down in the river, so they're actually getting pretty decent cover.
Yeah.
Superior tactics by accident.
Oh. London bridges don't support RLs.
The bridges probably do support the Urals, but the problem is that
They're wooden.
oh man, really, that sucks.
Hmm.
So it snapped underneath it.
Yep.
Better to find out whether Ural than a T-72.
Hmm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at that. What is that down there? Ghost.
What?
Way south. Way south.
What is that? And where did it come from?
South towards
Yeah,
our
I see it.
original start.
I see it. I'm gonna have my.
That's like an anti-tank tank. It's got the prongs.
It's an anti-tank team. I'm frantically having my team run away from it.
Hey Figma,
Hello.
join us.
Finish this scenario first, then I'll jump in the next one.
We can do the in progress join. We still got a
Finish
bit.
it. Sorry. It's alright. Do your scenario first. I'm looking through some files now.
Right, you know when it fires, does the round get ejected at the back? Do you see that happen?
I don't know if you see it happen, but there is an extractor, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the T-72. If so, it's a RAM extractor. So yes, really you should, but I don't think that is simulated in Steel Beasts, as I played too much T-72 for my own good.
To be perfectly fair, anytime I'm shooting, I'm not looking at the extractor. I'm looking at the sights.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Get your eyeballs down them sights.
Yeah, where at all possible.
That's relying on the Mark 1 day sight for T-72. Got no thermals in that thing.
Actually, that's not true. You have an infrared set thermal, but it's only good to 400 meters.
Yeah, well, that's we don't count that.
I often thought to myself it would be pretty funny to try a night sight, try the night sight out, like do some T-72ing at night, because that only works at night as well. You can't actually even try it
Yeah,
out during the day.
You've heard that? That would be a pretty cool scenario. Have like you know, T-72s versus irregular forces, having to spot them at night, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere RPGs come flying out of windows and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that would go.
Right, I'm close to being in the objective 1. So if you want to call it in a minute, Ghost.
That's fine.
Give me a sec.
What I really want to do is find out what the hell's going on with this ATGM team that turned up at our back. So I'm sending one of my my tanks down to say hi. By hi, I mean to blow these guys to smithereens, because I don't know what's going on.
I love reading NATO manuals. Like 30% of the pages are useless.
What do you mean? Like 30% of
Yeah.
it is please refer to this this manual.
No, it's 30% of it is like, "Phew, this manual is published by this person, needs to be joined by this person, checked by this person, etc."
Ah, yes, the standard issue bureaucracy.
Yes, exactly. Makes me very angry and also very happy at the same time.
Ghost, do you want to call in first trigger?
Call the it's an end mission followed by confirm end mission. So
Well, objective 1 sort of thing. Objective 1 has been taken.
okay, cool. We're gonna consolidate the back end, get everyone back together again. We can call that the mission at that point, I think.
Roger.
No doubt we'll see some tanks toward objective 2.
You might well do.
I think it's time to use the Blitzkrieg.
Gotcha.
Take out those anti-tank teams.
I'm working on it. I've got BRDM2 again going up, dealing with it.
Yeah, but I think they may be armoured.
We're taking
No,
fire
that's
'Cause
that's
you
the
know
trail
they've
end of
got-
our supply column.
Do you want me to take a poke with one of them?
Yeah, go for it.
This is 1-4. We're at our checkpoint. Roger. Roger.
I'm more curious than anything else now as to what else these guys down at the bottom, the south end, are doing, where they came from.
Yeah, I think they may have slipped through the wood line.
Very possibly. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to join the road and just meet them down the bottom. I'm going to bring my BDRM2 to figure out what that is, and if it can't handle it, I've got my command tank coming down the road, coming down to meet it on the other side.
Tanks.
Battle site BC. Traverse left.
It's APCs.
Fire to John.
No, tanks. What's the chance of the heat round going to the left?
Fire
Stopped
to
one.
John.
Chance of leopard depends what leopard it is.
Fire to John. Fire to John. Fire here.
Left track, right track. I'm immobilised. I can't move. I'm standing
We're taking
pillbot.
fire here. 1-1. We're taking fire here.
No, my turret's blown off. Holy crap!
Yep, there's the quick and then there's the dead.
Yep.
Roger. We're taking fire here.
I feel so exposed with the side of my tank. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, front towards. Yeah, T-72s are very much like claymores, front towards enemy.
Yeah.
They've got some pretty hefty armor in the front of them. That's about it, though.
Yeah. No smoke, Jen. Engine stabilization, turret drives.
Contact. East north.
Cook off.
We're taking fire here. This is 1.
Made that a turret flown off.
We're taking fire here. We're at our checkpoint.
Tunguska or something. Oh my god, these guys have got stuck on stones. It's unbelievable. Right, I think it's just time for pure artillery. Just to.
Just shocking
smash.
awesome.
I'm gonna go for HE.
Do it.
Battle site BC. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Fire D. Target.
Alright, target stop.
Ceasefire.
Figured out what I got rid of these AP,
Just give
these
the tank a-
ATGM units.
I have 2-1 alpha. Right, you lot need to move now. It's getting ridiculous.
Right. I see it got fairly busy for you.
Yeah. Mind you saying that, this guy's track will be done in 12 minutes. You know, one of my guys mobilised. Hopefully. He should be alright.
Oh shit.
But
1-4 is not moving any further. They just threw ICM all over the place. Just casually dropped it everywhere.
I think they just engaged someone. Just like, didn't even need to be engaged. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought being a Soviets is so different.
Yeah, it's an experience, isn't it?
I think now I've got one lone T-72 and it's gonna be fun.
I don't have much left for myself either, so I'll take a few of my units.
Well, this guy is like engine, LRF,
Yeah,
distributor.
not all of them are in the best of nick either, but you might be able to recover some of them using the supply unit.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's alright. Move him up. 6 alpha. In fact, is it worth pulling him back to try and get them? No, I'm not gonna even gonna bother. Nav mesh always. Nav mesh the routes right up there. Follow the road. Go down and all of it. Can't do much with a plastic computer. Crap.
We're taking fire here.
Command the gun suspension right. against an LAT team in a building. I turned those rounds are brilliant for destroying buildings, aren't they?
Oh, HEF? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do.
Commander put me onto a supposed APC, but I can't see him. You ever done missions in the T90?
No, I haven't. You can't crew it, so all you can do is command it.
Yeah. Well, I've just basically lost an entire tank platoon due to an anti-tank team.
Yeah, they're not always the most pleasant people to deal with.
Yeah.
You gotta be very careful with ATGM teams because they can fuck up a lot of your day for not a lot of resources on their end.
Most embarrassing thing I've had was I poked out in the Challenger 2 from a street corner and an RPG-29 took out my gun.
Yep, that'd do it.
Just the gun, nothing else. So I was like, well, this is a bit fucking useless. So to punish him, I run him over, and then I did the 0-0 turn over his trench to bury him. Because fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy in particular.
Just him.
It's like when the main armament's gone, that's it.
I still have the coax, so I basically bounded it with the
Congratulations, you're now a mobile
warrior
bunker.
platoon. Yeah, I just basically bounded the warrior platoon.
Oh my god, what was that? Is that a fire?
PC!
Actually, this is pretty realistic in the sense that if you hit a wooden building, it sets on fire.
Yeah.
That should hopefully kill all the infantry. Well, can the infantry die by fire damage?
Oh yeah.
Could have just killed an entire infantry company just by setting the houses on fire.
Yep, just blow up the building.
Mind you saying that, maybe a bit efficient to do it that way.
Holy crap.
What?
My vehicle just exploded.
IED?
No. It's more likely, I think, is ATGM. Just put out. I've called a fire mission north of objective 1.
Anti-tank team.
Tank driver, check your BMPs on the eastern front there. They're really close to an ATGM team.
I know. I'm trying to find them.
I would guess the building, or the tree line just in front of the building.
Hang on. Oh, I've splattered them. Oh, some coax. Yeah, they're dead.
Have you tried the HE frag rounds of the T-72 yet?
They're fun.
Yes. Shame you can't set them to airburst.
No, I just improvised that by firing at a nearby tree.
Yeah, true.
Equally effective.
Oh my god. What's my backup site? Oh. What's the backup site? Oh no, I'm dead.
Why does this guy
Right,
not have any ammunition?
who did it? Which guy?
Never mind. He's got 4.
Are you in the gunners?
Yes.
I shall drive.
Okay.
Where do you want me going?
Right, that guy's toast. There's a tank behind it though.
Jump to hold.
Nah, not yet. I'll let you know when I want you to hold.
We're gonna hit some trees in a minute.
Well, avoid the trees, but
No, no, no.
hold, hold.
You'll be obscured by trees.
Right, left track. Right, advance up the road.
Left-handed drive. What do you want me to do? Follow the road?
For now, driver stop. Tank front. Continue forward. Driver stop. Continue.
You've got no HEF rounds left.
I've got 1 left in the tube.
You've got one in each chamber. Well, I'm following the road still.
Continue, yeah. I'm hoping to bypass this guy. Right, driver, expect to stop shortly. Driver, stop.
Engaging.
Got him.
You got him?
I got something.
Did you?
Yeah, I got him.
There's a tank right in front of us. No, he's still up. He just fired around.
Okay, back up. I don't have any more ammo now.
What? You've got no HE?
This guy's like
Oh,
empty.
crap.
Oh, stand by.
Get AP in there. Get AP.
Yep.
Crap.
He was literally loading it in the middle of. I did not see the guy in front. I was dealing with the guy to the side.
Okay,
Well, that
we
was
have
hilarious.
Well, this other T-72's up with good ammunition.
What, number 3? Okay.
Right. You in the gunner's pause.
Yes, I am. And seeing as how you're commanding, you can control driving that way too. Right, he's got heat loaded, but he should have AP in the he should have AP in the ready rack.
Oh well. Right, I'm fired.
Why don't you put some AP, some arty down on that village with the tanks?
Yeah, give me a minute. I'm just putting you on the road.
Sure.
Does it make much difference if you put the incorrect number of tanks in an artillery corps? I don't think it does, but
Don't. No, no, it's no, no. That's more for reporting purposes.
alright. Let's see what this tank can do, seeing as we don't have many left. Is there one in the river there?
Yeah, it's done. This is pretty much our last tank. After that, it's BMPs.
Not a last tank. We've got one tank, 2-2 Bravo. Left.
Oh, on
Yeah,
your
right
side. Oh yeah, yeah.
And we have the BMP group, let's not forget.
Yeah, I do not fancy my chances of putting BMPs up against tanks.
No. Unless we came up from behind. I'm gonna drive in a minute anyway.
It's usually best to run from the commander's position because you can drive and you can spot for me.
Okay. Yeah, but you say that. I mean, I've got no periscopes that go into the front right button up.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I know I do.
And there's buttons on the periscope to slave to sight, to slave me to the to your position. I think it's right
Is that what
control.
I'm
You
doing
can,
right now?
you can. Right, I'm gonna look to the left. You look to the right, and then I think it's right control. And you should force me on. If it's not right control, it's perhaps there's a button combination. I'll have to check it up in the controls, but there is a way of forcing me over to you. You could try right clicking.
Give me 1 minute. Let me just check the controls.
Yeah, look under T72 and then tank
Yeah.
periscope or something.
Give me a minute. System.
Gonna be coming up to the Badlands soon in a moment though, so just be careful.
Slew gun to
That'll be it.
full stop. Full stop. Right.
So you
So
can
that's
look in a
just trying to-
direction, look in any direction you want. Now press that button. And boom, there we go, I'm moving. There you go.
Alright, Sam, so we've basically got a hunter-killer system.
That's the one.
Driver, move out.
Right.
Did you call artillery down?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure, because obviously I heard artillery, I was like...
Yeah. In fact, I'm just gonna have my... As much as I want to have my head sticking out.
We know just around this corner there's something right in the middle of the road, so... We either go up face to face or we scout it. We scout it around. I mean, I'm ready either way.
What do you think? You've got more tactical experience.
I've got
than
heat
me.
in the breach, remember.
Yeah, but you could take out a Leopard 1 with that.
Okay, well, let's do it then.
Leopard 1, yeah, definitely. Leopard 1,
Yeah, it's
100%.
light armor.
It's got paper
Light
for armor.
Okay, let's do it then.
You just have to hit first, because if you don't hit first, that thing has got an FCS that will eat you alive. It's
Yep.
got far quicker computers.
Well, compared to a T-72.
And 105mm gun, which loads quicker.
Driver,
I've
stop.
AP, I've got... Is that him?
Nope, there's two of them. No, there's three of them. Pull back now.
Oh my god. Pop and smoke. Where will the smoke pop?
Don't bother with the smoke, I won't be able to see what I'm shooting at. Got him! There's the other guy in the middle though, I'm not sure if he's up or not. I'm gonna put one in him.
Wait, hang on.
Where are you putting me?
I'm putting you onto a guy. Oh, sorry. I was trying to put you onto him.
It's like, no, I can see him, he's right in the middle of me. It's like,
Generally,
Guys,
if you're in an
yeah, true.
engagement, tank driver, if you're in an engagement, just let the gunner do his own thing. The only time you ever really use the commander's override, to my understanding, is if battles run towards the enemy and you've got better situation awareness than he does, because of course in tanks nowadays like the Challenger and M102, the commander's independent thermal viewer has a wider field of view than the gunner's sight. So you'd be panning around with the CITV, he'd be panning around with his gunner's sight. As soon as you see somebody, just slave him on, target tank, engage, etc. Wait for him to, of course, to say either identified if you're American or on if you're British, and then you can immediately just ditch whatever target you're looking at and look for another one. There's no need to, do that kind of stuff.
Well, Ghost, I'm not being funny. I think we've lost.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That was our last real tank. I mean, The other one, I don't know what's up with him. He's not going to get there quick enough.
Yeah, we'll call
We're
the end
going to
mission.
call it quits.
Have you got any BMP2s left? Because the Conqueror's now got like a 3,000 meter range.
Yeah, but
One's got a commander and no, he's completely done for now. His main gun, missile launcher, and driver's gone, and commander.
Yep.
that's it. We're done.
what is that? We
Iskian
have
over.
lost. Wouldn't that we did score-wise?
I don't really tend to look at the scoring system because not all mission makers really do an effective scoring system.
Major defeat, 11.8 out of 100. Wow.
Yeah, you've seen the size. Go to set on the actual enemy though.
Oh my god.
You asked for it.
Oh my god.
It's all infantry.
Jeez. That must be how they slipped past us.
Oh yeah. You can see it happen actually.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, look, all sort of filtering through. And then we took out a fraction of them.
Well, we got rid of a lot of their vehicles.
Yeah. I've got time for a short one.
I got time for a short one as well.
Big mare.
Well, we should look at that. Firing it up now.
I've got a good one.
Go for it.
It's medium. It's medium.
Load it in.
But yeah. It's gonna be fun. You've already got it downloaded. It's a
I know.
vanilla one.
I know. I've got it. It's fine.
Right. We have 3 countries to go off.
Well, I'm gonna
US,
do the Soviet.
and US, Soviet, and the UK.
I'll let you two
What would
fight
you
over
like
who
to
wants
do?
to do the UK stuff because that's going to be more fun. The US
Oh,
stuff is a helicopter insertion, so.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Figmo? You said you hated the challenge to do FCS.
Yeah, I do hate the challenge FCS. I'm looking at the US position. I've got no tanks at all. I've only got
Yeah.
Apaches and Blackhawks.
Yeah, you're going to be playing a real time strategy if you do that.
What is my objective?
We've got to take out. We've got to attack.
I'll be defending the airspace and the area around it. I should point out I've got SA-19s and GSU 23-4s.
As soon as I heard that, I'm having Desert Storm flashbacks. Just right, I'll have to go to the US then, won't I?
I don't mind. I don't mind going US.
CO Air Assault, UAV pilot.
I haven't got a problem going US.
I mean, you can both go UK and just let the computer do the US stuff.
Can we?
Yeah, it's probably best for me to go UK because actually I have an idea of what I'm doing. Let's see. I will take
We won't need the
CO
air assault
Challenger 2
guys.
then.
The other thing as well is that
I will
the
take
Soviet stuff, although it's an option here, they'll probably already have a battle plan and triggers played out, so I'm mostly just going to be a supervisor anyway.
Okay, let's start.
I'm dropping like all of the frames right now, which is pissing me off.
The frames are obviously done, yeah? Sick.
All gone, all gone.
I don't think I've got long on this one. I don't think we're gonna. Well, with me being home.
That's okay. I will not be doing some elaborate ruse strategy. I'll just be balling to the wall in it. I'll just be throwing you targets basically, and if I die, I die, and if I kill you all, then that's fine too.
We need Bones to get back from basic or wherever he's gone in the army.
I think he's going tanker, isn't he?
Something like that, yeah.
Or at least cavalry. I can't remember. I didn't speak to him too much.
I think no, I think he wants to go to Afghanistan. I think he just wants to do foot patrol things.
Fool.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Each their own.
Well, I have a very well defended situation. That's as much as I'm going to lay out.
I've seen this map before. You can't do it single player. It's a bit annoying, but oh well.
Right, if I give you the warriors then, and some
Have you
challenges.
got control of all the units?
I'm CM, so I've got control of everything.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I want one platoon of challengers though. And then there's about 4 platoons of challengers I just want on.
Yeah, there are 4 platoons. I'll give you some warriors as well.
Sound. Oh, we've got RTVs as well. ITV.
Oh Jesus, I don't actually have a specific plan laid out. I've actually just got them placed. That actually suits me though. I'll just have lines of defense.
Well, we can see really where most of your forces are at this
I see.
point. Oh, actually, I've got.
UAV.
Have you given me all the Oh, actually, I can't control the US ones. Right, so that's Warriors.
Now everything's got its own triggers, so if you don't do anything,
Yeah.
you literally just show up and be a gunner. That you're still going to do things.
Okay, we can start. I haven't got much of a plan laid out.
No, I'm going to place balls to the wall as well.
But you can move the tanks, you know, as well.
Oh yeah, I can reorganize them, but they've got their own triggers and movement schedules here right now, so I'm okay for that. At the moment, I'm going to let a lot of that play out by itself.
Yeah, no, but I mean me and Vigma as well.
Oh, okay.
Got a giant ass river to cross. So I'm putting in my guys. No, okay.
Ready when you all are.
If you want to just move all the forces over, it's going to be so much easier.
Yes, that is the plan.
Do you just want to put everything on the front line and see what happens?
Well, if we don't.
Well, we have to get to your area first. That's your thing. Like, I'll leave the rest of them in reserve and have them move up passively.
Okay.
Oh look, we actually have a fever as well.
Yeah.
What does FIBA stand for?
Forward edge of the battle area.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the front line.
Okay, we all ready to start?
Yeah, go for it.
Sound.
Hopefully the US won't just waste their helicopters. Otherwise I'll massively regret not going with the Apaches.
We're at checkpoint. 4-2, we're at checkpoint. 3-3, we're at checkpoint. We're at checkpoint.
Right. Mind you saying that, I bet we could get away with not using them anyway. New route.
Yeah, I mean you can ignore the triggers that are set and just set your own stuff.
Ah, the interior of the Challenger 2. Love it.
Black and horrible.
Non-existent. Yeah.
Non-existent, exactly. Shame considering it's a very sexy tank. I mean, even if they just put some basic tech, because they've got the interior model, they just haven't bothered to put any textures on it. Like, even if you put some basic textures on there and give it some red mood lighting, I'd be completely fine.
Yeah, like they made it a bit brighter as well. That'll be alright.
I'm sure they have their reasons.
Yeah, more like the UK MOD won't let them see what's inside Challenger.
There's a very distinct possibility of that.
I asked Snake the other day when would we seeing the the full interior of the Challenger 2, and he said a very long time.
Exactly.
Same with. Well, that should answer your question as to what's going on.
Yeah. Well, don't forget Challenge 2 is still in its pretty much its infancy, to be honest with you. It is a
Yeah.
2000s tank, so. That feeling when you figure out how to use the Challenger 2's Commander Independent Viewer, and then you realise how much of a stupid idiot you were for about
Big man.
literally 6 months.
I need you to jump in 1-4 Reese.
1 for Reki.
Yeah, what Reese, same thing.
Recky.
Just move forward, move forward, move forward. No, I need to move forward. I need to hit someone.
Oh, you're really. I'll just give it to you.
Right,
There you are.
thank you. I just couldn't. I didn't have the gun depression to get a BTR.
That's because you were in a perfect hold down position. Alright, I'll start moving the boys up then very, very slowly.
San Neutral, that's
Ah, don't you love it when you have the Challenger 2 sound pack installed? It just sounds beautiful.
You're gonna have to tap. I couldn't do it yesterday. A family member I haven't seen in a while came round, and I had to like sit with him.
Traverse right.
So yeah, sorry about that.
We're taking fire here.
Couldn't join you.
It's all good.
Traverse right.
Oh, it was a BTR. I was retreating. For much longer. Yeah, just spray me with that. I'll hit you with a rod and cannon.
2-2. We're taking fire here.
I love the tracer fire from the either the SA-19 or ZSU-23s. I can just see it arcing everywhere.
What, you were in those?
Cease fire.
Oh wow. I've hit a building and my driver is in.
Oh man.
I did that to myself in Warrior once. You know, Assault on the Rail station?
Yeah.
Matt did that one, didn't he? Boom.
We're taking fire
I
here.
hate not having an unstabilized gun. It's unbelievable.
It does make your life a lot easier, a lot harder, doesn't it?
Mind you saying that now, they have like electronic traverse, don't they?
I think so. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I believe the newer Scimitar series have electronic traverse and all the usual jazz. Oh god,
Claymores as well.
Oh yeah. Shame getting rid of them, however the Ajax is infinitely more sexy.
I don't like how the ammo box is. Well, the stowage is on the side, if it even is stowage for armor.
I don't think it is. I do not think it is storage. I think that's extra armor.
Yeah. Well, I just don't like it sitting on the side like that. It's just weird. Do you reckon they'll carry radios in the back of that with the actual scout version?
They'll have all sorts of very complex and classified gear that only we can dream of. Like a data lake system, all sorts.
Yeah, but you say that we're British, we have no good equipment whatsoever. We do things so weird.
Nope.
You
We
know,
have some great equipment.
Yeah, but compared to the Americans.
Well, no, the Americans have got good gear, but they don't know how to use it. No one in NATO knows how to do tank warfare anymore because all that expertise went to a Desert Storm. I was talking to one of my dad's friends who's or pretty much a general in the French Foreign Legion. He's saying no one in France knows how to do armored warfare anymore. So they've got huge problems.
Because they died in Desert Storm. They went in Desert Storm.
What, the French? Yeah,
What,
I think they were. No, they didn't go to Desert Storm. I think they went to the other one. What's it called? Bloody. They went to Libya, didn't they? Libya?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think they went to Libya. That's where they went.
Yeah, because then they have like a load of Leclercs and then some really bad news outlet said, "Oh yeah, the M1 Abrams are rolling out somewhere."
No, that was the Saudi. That was the Saudi Arabian Leclerc, the Desert Leclerc. It's basically a Leclerc but with loads of new internals and Saudi stuff instead of French stuff.
Oh, is that better or? Whoa, 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 whoa! Minefield, minefield, minefield.
You scared me then.
Minefield. I'm gonna spray it with coax.
Good luck with that.
Oh look, Ghost's got tanks.
Oh, what a surprise!
Firing now.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any way I can adjust my controls during a session?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just adjust the controls as seen fit, but don't expect anyone to pause it for you.
Just don't do it in the battle map though, it won't let you. You have to do it.
Controls. There you go. What the hell do I need to bind to get the Challenge 2's main gun to fire? It's not main gunfire apparently.
Well, you can
That's
use
a very awkward moment.
well, the default is spacebar.
Yeah, that didn't work either. For some reason.
Not exactly sure what would stop
Admittedly.
from doing anything like what it's told.
Ah, gun main, there you go.
I'm coaxing an IED, and it just won't do anything.
You're right. You need your engineers to clear the space, or you need to go around it.
Yeah, but it'd be realistic in the sense that
Nope.
if you had,
Because in reality, there'd be a lot more mines in the area. They kind of spread them out, but they make them indestructible unless you have an engineer to breach them.
Okay, I've now just had ear pleasure from the. Okay, so I have never fired the Challenge 2's main gun without the mod on it. Okay, the sound mod, and I've just fired the main gun, and oh my god.
Enjoy.
Sounds good.
right, if I go over an IED but the tracks don't hit it, it literally just goes in the middle. It
Yeah,
won't
if you
definitely
go over it and you don't hit any of the tracks, then you will be fine. But
Gunner, Sabo, tank.
that's going to be a tough call for you, man.
That's right, I've got my tank positioned perfectly.
Fire.
What? It didn't touch the track.
Well, there's
Didn't
probably more than
touch
one.
Target.
One more. It was the one that I saw just blew up. I was looking at it from the front of the tank.
Fire.
Right in the corner
Good shooting.
of my field as well. Anyway, where's the artillery gone? Where have I no artillery?
Gunner, Sabo,
We
tank.
had some helicopter support.
Fire.
No, cheaper.
Fire. This is 3-4. We're taking fire.
Oh crap, I've lost warriors. What? I'm losing warriors. Well,
Are they driving into a minefield?
nope, no minefield. Would have come up on the map. I've just lost 3 out of 4. 2 out of 3 warriors. Crap, I hate GX.
Fire.
Oh no, I've just lost a full warrior. Retreat. You'd think with all the add-on armor they'd be able to stop and.
Re-engage. We're taking fire here.
Okay, so the eeriest goddamn thing is, I'm looking at all these like really faint contacts on the next hill, this next ridge, and I'm thinking, oh god, what's going to happen?
I have just lost. Oh, Figmo. We have artillery. Pull it in now.
Where? Where do you want the artillery?
Tanks in front of me. Kill the tanks on the map.
Nope, we have no artillery for some reason. I think that was what we meant to rely on the Americans for.
You got Challenger 2s, dude. You're not really going to need them.
Yeah. I did lose the Challenger 2 though. I did lose the Challenger 2 to an ATGM. Or some kind of anti-tank weapon.
Driver, left track, right track suspension, fuel lead. Go on. What are we engaging, Figmo? T-80s?
I haven't got a good look at them yet. I've seen T-72s, but I blasted 2 of them. However, I think mainly it's going to be ATGM teams from what I'm seeing.